Some common mistakes that sales professionals make when they're trying to close a deal is, first and foremost, they don't get to a real need. They're working on a surface level need, meaning something that a prospect might be marginally interested in or somewhat interested in, but isn't ultimately motivated and emotional about fixing or solving. And that's probably the biggest mistake. So not getting to a real need, just working on the surface level of kind of a desire, maybe an interest or a want, but not a real felt need. That's the very first thing. Another mistake that salespeople make when they're trying to close a deal is they don't get to a level of trust and transparency with their potential client, meaning they don't build a good enough and deep enough relationship and a position of trust as a solutions provider, a resource for the person that they're trying to sell something to. If they don't get to that point, it's really hard for the person to feel comfortable, particularly in bigger, higher impact sales, for the person to have that emotional confidence to move forward with the salesperson. Another mistake that salespeople make regularly is they assume without confirmation. Meaning they think that they understand where the prospect is, where they are on that closing journey, how they feel, but they haven't really asked and gotten firm confirmation or real confirmation from the person that they're trying to sell something to. And based on those assumptions, we often are misassuming things that aren't in fact true in the prospect's mind. And that's a big barrier to making a sale. You've got to get confirmation and agreement from the person that you want to sell something to, that they are in exactly the same spot that you think they're in. Otherwise, you got to keep working in that sales process. A final mistake that salespeople make in the closing process is they misunderstand or miss out on who the ultimate decision maker or decision makers are. There are often times in the closing process or in the entire sales process where you're dealing with someone who can say no, but might not be ultimately dealing with the person that can say yes. There are all kinds of buyers and more complex sales, more people are involved in the decision-making process. And one of the things that can kill your momentum is not knowing who all of the stakeholders are in the buying process and making sure that you're either communicating with them directly to get all of their questions answered or equipping the person that you're working with to be able to answer the question for all of the buyers in the buying process. That's a big mistake that I see happen a lot.